Hello everyone. We have been living in our earth sheltered house for close to 4 years now, and it is time to redecorate. Yeah, in my original video I did when we first moved into this house, I was a little bit braggadocious about how we were reusing all this furniture we already had and saving money and blah blah blah. And that was a good thing at the time because we still weren't sure how the permanent portfolio was going to perform for us. And if you don't know what the permanent portfolio is, just go Google it. Long story short, we have more ability to spend money than I originally thought. And so I've started looking around at this house with a more critical eye and thinking, you know what, it could look a lot nicer. Specifically, what I want to talk to you about today are the closets. So this closet Jerry made when we were living in the Tough Shed, because the commercially bought closet that we had bought before we even moved ended up being too, I wanted to make the Tough Shed, when we were living in the Tough Shed, I wanted to make it look homier, and that closet was just too big and I couldn't arrange things the way I wanted. So Jerry made this as a lot narrower and streamlined, and it worked, it worked okay for the almost 2 years we were in the Tough Shed. But as you notice, it is open. It's just, here it is. Here are all the clothes hanging in open air, and what happens when that happens? Dust collecting. Dusty. You can't see it really. Well, yeah, you can over there. See? Dust. Yeah. All these clothes. Dust on his. This is Jerry's side of the closet, by the way. And so the first thing I thought is, you know what? I really want to get the clothes all closed in. I want them in, either a wardrobe or something like a dresser, or, enclosed totes, something. I want to do something. And this also does look rather messy with, with everything just showing, right? Here's some stuff on the bottom. I have done a little decluttering. I had 2 baskets. Mine was on the bottom here, and Jerry was on the top, that had all our handkerchiefs, socks, and underwear just thrown into them. I tried to keep them arranged, but they would get disarranged. So I finally said, you know what, I've got these plastic crates from when I was teaching, and they've just been hanging out doing nothing. So I put all the different things in bags, with handkerchiefs in one bag, underwear in another bag, socks in another bag. So that's working out. But it's still, this is just messy. All right. So that's number 1. Our bedroom closet needs to change. Here's number 2, the coat closet. This is the original closet that we were using for our clothes in the Tough Shed, that Jerry replaced that wooden one, that handmade one that he built. And we just packaged this away until we moved into our earth-sheltered house. Closet, coat closet, just, again, open. Here's the bookcase, here's the closet, open, ugly. I have 2 thoughts about what I could do here. Either I could move the wooden closet that we're going to remove from the bedroom. That could go here because it just looks a lot nicer than this. This either, because of the material it's made of and the color, it either needs to be hidden, and you can buy, for $20, you can buy a canvas cover that fits this specific closet. And it zips, the way it zips, it would be more for long term. We would be zipping and unzipping in the middle all day long. So I don't want to do that. We also have so much stuff here that, see, I'm hanging stuff on this outer thing. So, right now, the way it is, I wouldn't be able to cover it. So you'd either have to cover it, or put it in a closet, somewhere where people aren't going to see it, or a big bathroom or whatever. Or you'd want to have like a modern minimalist decor where this kind of material would more or less blend in, this aluminum and black. All right, so yeah, this is ugly. So I can do one of 2 things. I can either move the wooden rack over here, and it would just look nicer because, everything else around is, I got wood here, around the windows, and wooden bookcases and a wooden rocking chair, right? It just fit in better. Or I can just maybe totally declutter this and change where I'm hanging things and make it look nicer that way. I haven't decided yet. And the third area, talking about closets, is Benjamin's room. Right now, all of his clothes are over here. And excuse his mess, he's an 11-year-old boy, typical right-brained person who does not like to clean up. Messy, messy. I have two very right-brained siblings, and their rooms were all there. My sister's half of the room was always a complete mess, and my brother's room was always a mess. So anyway, but his clothes are, you know, just being stored in totes. It's a little bit inconvenient for him to find things, and you know, sometimes he'll just he'll get impatient and start dumping things to find. Leave that aluminum closet the way it is and just clear it up. We'll put the wooden closet here. I found I can actually stack these cubes up. They'll fit underneath the rod in the wooden closet that Jerry built. So, and then I'll be able to hang up some of his clothes and just organize them better. I've got a plastic shoe organizer where I'll be able to tuck in a lot of the clothes in the individual pockets, and it'll be easier for him to see and find. You know, and of course, obviously, we'd have to rearrange other things, move things around. But so that's what I'm thinking. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Those are the three places that I want to change as far as closet storing clothes. I'm not sure if I'm going to change Benjamin's room right now. Like I said, just going to see how it goes. So, all right, that's the end of that for now. Now, we're going to move ahead several days after Jerry has built our new clothes storage units. I'll give you 3 guesses as to where I am standing right now. Where we have all this space. Guess what? Ta-da! It's the bedroom. Look at that. Closet's gone. We now actually have room. There's now enough room for both of us, both me and Jerry, to change at one time if we wanted to. So what did we decide to do? I've got a whole video that explains the how-to on building this structure, this piece of furniture. It's a shelving unit turned cabinet by adding doors. But what we did was we took most of our clothes and shelved them, because most of them really don't need to hang up. I kept the organization of our underwear, socks, and handkerchiefs like I did before. They're just in individual bags so they all don't get mixed up. So if you want a pair of underwear, you grab a pair of underwear and not a pair of socks by accident, and so on. Some of the things that were sitting on the bottom of the closet are at the bottom there. I've moved my camera bag in there. I keep the camera and the camcorder there now. But yeah, so we have a cabinet with shelves for most of our clothes. Now, the original idea was, in addition, Jerry was going to build a wardrobe that was going to be right here. And it was going to have a rod sticking out like this where we'd hang our clothes, but because we don't have very many clothes that need to hang. Well, we changed our mind about that, and I'll explain why in just a moment. But I'm going to say we are loving this space. It was like we got a brand new bedroom. I was so excited when this all got finished. All right, well, let's look at the coat closet. Ta-da! Does this look familiar? Yes, this is the closet where we were hanging all our clothes in the bedroom. The wooden thing that Jerry built about 3 years ago now, I guess, when we were living in the tough shed. The other closet, the aluminum and plastic one, I took it down. It may eventually go back up in the tough shed if I can clear out some other things and make room. I have some ideas on how to use it. But I don't know about you, but Jerry and I both think this particular structure looks way nicer than the other one. The main reason being is that the other one, and it came out like, 3 feet. It was much wider. This is a lot more streamlined. Fits right nice and snugly. Now, we had to move these Wee Kimosabe like I did. Jerry had to move bookcases over to make this fit because the top is a little bit longer than the other closet that was here before. But yes, it looks much nicer. And I got the shoe organizer. I knew I was going to need the shoe organizer again. It's just been folded up in a box somewhere, and I'm so glad I kept it instead of giving it away, because now look, now we've got you know, emergency ponchos and winter things and some shoes. There you go. So happy about that. It's just a lot nicer. And now I'm going to answer the question about our clothes that hang, our clothes that need to hang up, our dress clothes. See, this coat was given to us a couple years ago. Ta-da! Our hanging clothes revealed. Yeah, I just moved them to this. They weren't very, see, I know they're squished together, but look how many hangers that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine items or combinations of items that really, really needed to hang up, and that's all. And we were going to build a whole big wardrobe for it? Not necessarily. So I hung them here, and then I was looking like, okay, well, I need to put something over them so they don't continue to get even dustier. And then what I realized is, well, we have this coat that someone gave us a couple of years ago that nobody ever wears. And so I said, aha, there we go. Instead of putting an ugly old trash bag over them, I just said, well, this coat is already hanging here. I will just put our hanging, you know, wrap our hanging clothes up in that. So that is how I solved our problem of keeping our hanging clothes from getting yet even dustier. What about Benjamin's room? What about his clothes? What did we decide about that? Oops! Doesn't look like a closet, does it? Doesn't look like clothes storage, does it? No. It's a desk. It's a table, actually. It's a table Jerry made mostly out of spare extra wood that we had lying around. He had to buy some new 2x4s in order to make the bracing to make it nice and strong. But this was originally going to stay in the tough shed, but I'll get into this in a later video. But we decided to move Benjamin from over in the living room to here with his computer. He's got a game pause here in case you're wondering what's going on his computer. But I talked to Benjamin about it, about his clothes, and he said, I like my clothes in the totes. And you know, I got to thinking about it. Even if we had put some sort of official clothes storage like that other closet or, you know, something else like that, he would have just made a mess of that, like he makes a mess of the clothes in the totes. So hey, you know, if he likes the totes, what the heck, you know. And this, and him being in here with his computer is working a lot better than when he was in the living room. And like I said, I'm going to go into that in the video coming up, where I'm going to give you an updated tour of our house. So there you have it, how we decided to reorganize and store our clothes to give us more space in the house and to make things look nicer. If this video has helped you, inspired you in any way at all, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you for the next video.